And hello there. Welcome to Rusty's Sudoku stream. I'm going to have a long delay here. I have the puzzle loaded, and I think it will pop up shortly after I hit the check mark. Once that does, you get 4 minutes to see if you can solve it before I get started on it, because I'm that late. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. There we go. And yes, it is showing up on your screen too. I was not feeling particularly great about 9:30 last night, or a few hours back. So I went and tried to get some sleep, was up about 10:30 thinking, wow, that was a lot of time. No, I need to go use the bathroom. Went back up, went back to sleep, woke up after 3 o'clock, quarter after 3 is in fact. I had a print sitting on the printer, uh, this here, which is a housing for one of these, which I picked up at the Dollar Tree. It's a solar paneled night light with a motion sensor and an activation button to turn on the set it up, and then a light to shine hopefully along the path that you're on. Well, I decided I was going to modify that some. Have the battery that's in there sit in here. It's a small battery, about the size of a AA cell, but it's a rechargeable. The light sits in here, will be taped in place or glued or something. Maybe I'll find a way to span the area and put a little stretcher here. Add some weight back here, maybe some metal bar stock cut down to fit in here. The motion sensor fits here, and the switch to turn it on and off it's in here, and then we've got some stubs to attach that to, or the circuit board that holds those spans here, and then the top, the lid, will have a slot in it where I can feed through the solar panel and basically glue it in, and then the lid gets dropped on here, and then it all sets up on a cement partition that's right next to the some stairs that get a little dark at night. So hopefully that will help. Maybe it'll let me know when some cats are walking through that area too. All right, that's 3 minutes of time. But right now I'm printing a test sample of the lid. This is all in PLA. That's not what I'm going to put out there. I'm going to get it into Petchy, or better yet, ABS. Maybe ASA. Doesn't matter to me which it is. However, the ASA might be more comfortable to be printing around, but I need some in black, and last time I checked, ASA wasn't as readily available in black. All right, we are at 3 minutes 56 7 4 minutes coming up right now. So let me see if I can do anything with this puzzle. Conveniently, we've got 4s all over the place here. One of these two is going to be a 3, though. 4 and 1 here, which are up here. So this one gets to be a 1. We get a 2 here. So I've got two places that I can possibly have a 2 here. Here I've got 3 places. Nope, I've got 1 place. It's there. That becomes a 2. 5. We've got a 5 here. Can't put 1 here. One of these 2 will be a 5. Over here, one of these 3 will be a 5, which is too many. However, one of these 2 is going to be an 8. Got a 9 there. One of these 2 is going to be a 9. We've got a 3 here. And it can't be up here. So one of these 2 is a 3, which I already knew. But that also means one of these 2 is a 3. All right. 3s are kind of tidied up over here. This one gets to be a 5. We've got 2 left here. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 and 7 can drop in here because there's an 8, 9 down here already. How about here? Can we solve anything useful here? So we've got 4 possibilities for a 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 possibilities for a 5. 3 possibilities for an 8. Do we have anything useful for 6s? Nope, everything's open for 6s. We do have a place for a 7, though. 2 possibilities, 1 there, 1 there. That means one of these 2 is going to be a 7. And then we've got 9s already all spread across the surface there. All right. One of these 2 is a 9. One of these 2 is a 9. And then I've got 4 possibilities for a 9 here. And these 2 is a 3. Actually, one of these 2 is a 1. That makes one of these 2 a 1. Doesn't help me much down here yet, but maybe we'll get to that. Oh, one of these 2 is a 1. I've got 4 possibilities here, though. 2s are taken care of down here. However, this becomes a 2, and this becomes a 2. 3s, we got a 3 here. One of these 2 is a 3, because I've got also have a 3 here. One of these 2 is a 3, so no, I have a 3 here. 3, 7, 6. 1s, 2, 3. I've got 4 possibilities for a 4 here. 5, 6, and 7 here. 2 possibilities for an 8. And 4 possibilities for a 9 to go with the 4. Okay. Oh, wait. One of these 2 is going to be a 4. That means one of these 2 is a 4. All right. One of these 2 is a 9. Get 2 possibilities for a 3 here. 4 possibilities here. 4s are covered. 5s. We now have 2 possibilities here and 3 possibilities here. 6s. I have a 6 here. One of these 2 is a 6. That means that down here I've got one of these 3 is a 6, but that's too many to mark. Unless we can lock in one of these 2 as a 6. Can't do quite yet. All right. 4 possibilities for a 6 here. Four possibilities for a 7. Here I've got 3 possibilities for a 7. But no useful information here, other than it can't be that, which we already knew. Down here I've got 3 possibilities for a 7. 2 possibilities for a 7. And 2 here, 8s. Now I've got 4 possibilities for an 8 there, 3 possibilities here, 2 up here, 3 possibilities for an 8 here, and all 4 of these. All right, and 9s. We've got 2 possibilities for a 9 here. Both of our possibilities for a 9 are over here. That's not one of them. We've got a 9 here, here, and here. Okay, it's here, there. One of these 2 is a 9, so marked. And one of these 4 is a 9. All right. That runs through the entire set. So now let's flood fill everything else that we can't. Wait. 9, 3 in both of those, so that makes that a 1. That means I've got 2 possibilities here. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these 2 is a 5. One is a 6. Okay, now we flood fill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6s. Now we get all those locations that could be a 7. All those locations that could be an 8. And the locations that could be a 9. That's not one of them. So one of those 2 is a 9. All right. 1, 2. How about 3s? Well, it looks like I've got 4 places for a 3. A 4, 2 places for a 5, a 6, 4, nope, 3 places for a 7, and 4 places for an 8. Over here, we've got 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we know one of these 2 is a 5, so I've got 3 places for a 5. I've got one here as well. This one can't be a 5, so 2 places for a 5. 6. It looks like I've got 4 places for a 6. 4 places for a 7. And 2 places for an 8 that are already marked. All right, down here, we've got a couple of 7s earmarked. We've got 3 places for a 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that can't be a 5, so I've got 4 places for a 5. 6. No real. Oh, this can't be a 5 because of this one over here. All right, 3 places for 5. 4 places for a 6. This one can't be 1 because these 2. Well, hey, that means that can't be a 6 either. So we've got a 5, 6 pair here, so not a 7 or an 8 there. This one then becomes an 8, and this becomes a 7. So we can clean out that 7 there. We can also note that this can't be a 7 or an 8. This is the only place that can be a 7 in this row, because these 2 have to be 5, 6. So we can now clean out these 7s. And we end up with a 7 down here. All right. Oh, yeah, that can't be a 7. All right. 5, 6, 5, 6 means this can't be a 6, so we get a 3, 7 pair there. 5 is going to be one of, nope, we've got 5, 6, 1 here. 5, 6, 1, 1, 6. All right, 7, let's see, 8s. That can't be an 8, so I've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here and a 9 already. We got a 2 here and a 1 here. How about 3s? We've got lots of places for 3s. Similarly, we've got a couple of places for a 4. We've got several places for a 5. 6s. There's a 6 there, so we are down to 6 or 5 places for a 6 here. 7's going to be one of these 3. We've got 5 places for an 8. And 2 places for a 9 that are already marked. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 places for a 1, 2, 3. 2 places for a 4, 5, 3 places for a 6. Two places for 1, 2. 2 places for 3. 3 places for 4. 4 places for a 5. Wide open on 6s. Oh, not 6 there. Missed that. This one though, we got a 7 here. We've got 4 places for 8 and a 9 already. And now we've got 1s, 2, 3, couple places for a 4, 5, 6 and 7, couple places for an 8, and 4 places for a 9. All right. 8, 6. No 6s here. 6s are locked in up here, so this is a 6. We got an 8, 9 pair here, so these don't get to be 8s. No help with the 7, 3 there. That means, so down here, this can't be a 6, that's a 1. So that can't be 1, that's a 1. Neither of these get to be 1 either. We get a 4, 6 pair here, 8, 9 pair here. 8, 9, 4, 8, 9, or 4, 9, 4, 8, 9 here. Okay. So that can't be a 1 anymore, and neither can that. So we're down to 2 possibilities for a 1 there, but only 1 possibility here, which means we now have a 1 here. All right, 9, 3 pair here. Doesn't affect these. 8, 5, 6, 8, 6, 8, 5, or 5, 6 up here. 5, 6, 7, 3, 7, 3, 5, 6. 8, 3, 7, 8, 3, 7, 3. I've got an interesting matchup here. 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, or 7, 3 means that the 7 3s are all locked up here, which we kind of knew, but it does mean that I've got to figure out which of these up here don't get to be either a 7 or a 3. So far they're locked up as well. All right, 8, 3, 9, 3, Three possibilities for 7 and 6. 7, 6. 7 and 6. Ah, oh, 5, 6 here. Okay. However, that means that can't be an 8 or a 3. This, oh, yes it can. Because I've got a 5 here that goes with this as part of the matchup for a 5, 6, 7, 5, 5, 6, 7 here, 7, 6, 5, 6. But that 5 does kind of throw a little bit of sand in the works. However, as I look through here, this can't be a 5. This can't be a 5. This can't be a 5. That means this is a 5. So we can now lock those out. That 6 means that can't be a 6. This is a 7 and this is a 6. These can't be 6s. These can't be 5s. This can no longer be a 7. Yep, nope, because of that. 8, 3, 9, 3, 8, 9. So we get a 4 here, 9 here, 8 here, not a 9, or not an 8 or 9. 6 here, 3 here, 4 here, 9 here, 3 here, 8, oh, not an 8. 7, 8, 9 here, 5 here, that makes this a 7, this is a 3 and a 7 here. This becomes a 5, we got a 3 here and an 8 here. Oh, nope. Eight, 3, 8, 3, this can't be an 8. This is not, one of these is not a 7. Because that's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has to be an 8. So let's put an 8 there. And that blocks this from being an 8. Alright, I messed up somewhere. I'm going to back up a little bit. And I'm going to start from the top, and we're just going to basically flood fill what we can. Not a 2 there. Four here. Six. 7's here. Oop, that can be a 7 as well. And 8's. Looks like we get to drop in everywhere. A 9 already here. So 1, 2. One of these two is a 3. 4. 5 or 4 possibilities for 5. Bunch of possibilities for 6 and 7. Also looks like everything gets in possible 8 except these two. 3. One of these two is an 8. 9 is there. All right, over here we've got a 1 there. 2 goes in here. So not a 2 there. Means that's a 2. Got a 3 and a 4 here already, a 5 as well. One of these two is going to be a 6. We get 7s pretty much everywhere that's open now. 9s, or 8s, pretty much the same places, except this one won't be an 8. And we get 2 possibilities for a 9. All right. 1s, one of these two is a 1. We've got a 2 and a 3. One of these 4 is a 4. 5. We've got 6s all over the place. 7s go with that. Oop, nope, 7's not up at the top. So one of these is a 7. 2 possibilities for an 8. And 4 possibilities for a 9. Down here, we've got 4 possibilities for a 1. 2 and 3 here already. Same, nope, 2 locations for a 4, which means neither of these are going to be a 4. We get a 5 dropping in here. That means these 7-6 pair here are solid, so we can remove the 7s and 6s from the side pieces here. We got an 8 and a 9. However, we didn't finish up down here. 6s fill the voids here. 7s go into these 4 or 3. And we've got 8 and 9 already. We're going to come back and fill this one last. 1s. One of these two is a 1. Got a 2 here. 3 is going to be one of these two. 4 will be one of these 3. 5s, anything but the bottom row. 6s, those go just pretty much everywhere. Oh, not there, but here. 7 here. 8, we get to kind of add in here. And we get a 9. So down here we've got 1s coming into those 4 places. 2, 3, 4. 5s in these locations. 6s. Not much guidance for 6s. 2 possibilities for a 7. And nope, not an 8 there, but everywhere else, except there as well. And a 9. All right. I will come back to that. 2 possibilities for a 1. 3 possibility, or 8 solution for a 2. We've got a 3 there. 3's got blocking here. So I've got 3 places for a 3. 4 is already on the board. 3 places for a 5. And not a lot of guidance on 6s. 7 and 8 up here. And one of these two is going to be a 9. All right. I can tell already that, well, we've got a 1 here. Looking around things, 2s are blocked all across here. This 2 blocks this one. This 2 blocks that, so there's a 2 here. How about 3s? Do we have anything useful like that for 3s? We've got a 3 blocking these 3. Looks like all of these could potentially be a 3. So we've got 5 possibilities. We got 2 possibilities for 4. And it looks like 4 possibilities for 5. 5 possibilities for a 6. 3 possibilities for a 7. 5 possibilities for an 8 so far. And 2 possibilities for a 9. Now, can we solve this? So 7, 6 pair there. 5, 6 pair here means not a 5 or 6 here or here. Also not a 5 or 6 in either of those. This would also be blocked, but apparently I never put a 5 here. Oh, already didn't. This shouldn't have had a 5 in it to begin with. All right. Two possibilities for an 8 here. Hey, 7, 8, 7, 8. Nice. 7's here, kind of conflicting things. 7's here. Means not a 7 here. One of these two will be a 7. I've got the 7's locked in here. A 7 there with a 7 down here. I was hoping, but... Eight, 3, 7, 8, 3, 7, 8, 6, 7, 6, 3. Not useful. Oop. Got a 6 here or here. Five, 6, 5, 6. So clean up 5s and 6s along here. 4, 9. 1, 4, 9, 1, 9. Okay. A3, A3, so not a 3 here, not an 8 here, 1 here. So we'll clean up that 1, clean up these 2 1s. We got a 7, 6 pair here, so not a 6 there or there. This becomes an 8, this becomes a 3. Clean up 8s. That turns that into an 8. This becomes a 7. So not a 7 there. 5656 turns this into a 7. So not a 7 here or here or here. Threes to clean up here. Because of this one down here. Also here. 156 triple. 146. Not a 7 here, so this becomes a 6, this becomes a 7. And we clean up these 6s. 1/4s mean not a 1 here. And we're missing something here. So what do we need? How about a 1? Nope. 1s are going to be down here. That makes that a 1. 2 can't be a 3. One of these two is a 4. 5. One of these two is a 6. Oh, wait. This can't be a 6. All right. Now, this can't be a 6. Why can't it be a 6? These are blocked from being a 6, so one of these two has to be a 6. This can't be a 6 either. This can't be a 6 because of these two. That means this is not a 6. One of these three is a 6. That can't be a 5. We get a 1-8 possibility, or 1-9 possibility here, 8-9 possibility, 7-8-9. Doesn't fix things with the 7s down here. All right. 5-6 pair here means not a 6 here, neither 6 nor 5 here. 7-8 pair here. Is okay, doesn't affect anything else directly. However, this 5-6 pair here means not a 5 or 6 or 6 here. Not a 6 here. 1, 3, and 9. Over here we got a 7-6. 7-6, 7-6, 8-3, 8-3, 8-3. And a 9 here. 8-3, 8-3 means not an 8 or a 3 here. Not an 8 there, or there, or there. 3. So that's a 1. Not a 1 here or here. That becomes a 7. This becomes a 6. So now I've got a 1-4 pair here. So not a 1 here. That's a 9. This is an 8. This becomes a 7. This becomes a 4 and a 1 here. Still have the 4-1 pair there. We get to clean up some 7s here. That turns this into a 6, which means neither of these are a 6. This one's going to be a 6. That means that's not a 6. And we now see that's not a 6, so one of these two is a 6. See anything else? Let's see. Nope, that's a nice triplet. That means this is a 3, so we can clean up these two 3s. One of those two will be a 3. Adjust my seating. Hey, we've got an 8 to clean up here. 5, 6. That's nice, but all right. Not a 1 here, so that's an 8. That turns this into a 3. Was the only 3 in that square anyway, so not an 8 there. That's a 7. Turns this into an 8. This becomes a 3. No. This becomes a 5 and a 7 here. We can now mark that as a 1. This becomes a 5. We got a pair of 6s. Or 1 6s there. 9 3s here. 5 6s here. And some 5s to clean up. There's a 4 here, so that makes that a 1 and a 4. Not 4s here. 1 and a 6 here. So this becomes an 8. Not a 4 here. 5 6 pair now. Not a 3 here. Also not an 8 in either of those. That means 8's going to be one of these two. Not a 7 here or here. So that makes this one into a 5. So not a 5 or a 9 here. Not an 8 here. Not a 3 either. This becomes a 6. This becomes a 4. Not a 6 here. A 5 here. 6, 5, 6. Not a 5 or a 6 there. Not a 6 here. Not a 1 here. 9 3 pair. Not a 6 here, so that's a 7. This is a 6. Oh, hey, we've got a 6 to clean up here. That's a 8 there and a 9 here. That means not a 5 here. That's an 8. Not an 8. That's a 3 and a 7. Looks like we might be in the home stretch. Let's see. That becomes an 8. Not an 8 here. Not a 7 here. 9 here. 7, 3, 9, 3, and 5. Hey, 42 minutes, 33 seconds. If I subtract those 4 minutes off the beginning, that would get me down to 38 minutes and change, which is not particularly great, but hey, we got it solved. All right, thanks everybody. I hope you have a great day. I hope that you had more fun with this puzzle than I did. And we will look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow.